Hi, my name is EJ Massa. This was a weird episode. It was an odd episode. It was weird and odd. And this is coming from somebody who made this.
Please sign here for me. A baby girl?
It even starts off unsettling. After the HBO thing, I have a Pavlovian response and I start drooling in anticipation for the intro music, ready to get pumped. But no, we cut to a bunch of randos making a church, cutting vegetables, and guest star Ian McShane slapping asses. Oh, the Hound is alive? Wow. I was surprised. I like how in season 4 he was like, well, unless a maester is hiding behind those rocks, I'm gonna die. And that basically happened. Well, I mean, it was a septon and not a maester, but close enough. Ah, there we go. Needed my fix. Ian McShane recaps what happened to the Hound to the Hound. Of course, Ian's voice is so gravelly and beautiful, I could listen to him give expository dialogue all day. I don't mind. Oh, not this shit again. I swear to God, if they have another scene in this room, I'm gonna kill myself. It's boring. The blocking is boring. They even do that sitting on the bench thing. Real talk, guys. They did that in previous episodes. I'm sick of this High Sparrow guy. He wants Marge to fuck a child and the Queen of Thorns to confess or something. Oh, I don't care. Just get me out of this stupid room. I can't take it. Marge relays the message to Elena that she needs to confess, and she's acting all pious, and Elena's like, Marge, are you high? I'd rather kill this nun right here. Just go home and confess. Oh, I get it. Later, we see Marge slip Elena a temporary tattoo she bought at a boardwalk shop. That's gonna look fantastic on her. John is having trouble recruiting the wildlings. They talk to what looks like an older version of Tormund, and he's like, nah. But younger version of Tormund says, you know what's cool? John died, and he's back. Yeah, that's pretty dope. And he agrees to join. I do love how readily people accept that John has died and come back. Ain't no doubting Thomas is here. Nobody asks to stick their hands into his wounds. They almost accept it nonchalantly. Oh, you died? I'm glad you're better. Cersei wants Olenna to stay and clean up her mess. And you know Olenna, she just tells it like it is.
I wonder if you're the worst person I've ever met.
I'm glad the show basically has its own version of the Dowager Countess from Downton Abbey. But like all things Game of Thrones, this one's sexier. Probably why the High Sparrow wants her to confess so bad, so he can feed her some of his Werther's originals. Olenna is leaving King's Landing, making her the smartest character on the show. Definitely missed Bronn, and the chemistry between Jaime and Bronn. I'd watch that sitcom.
A Lannister always
Don't
pays...
say it.
Bronn Over Brains, a new sitcom from NBC, CBS, I don't care. The Freys are playing Hangman with Blackfish. Blackfish guesses the word correctly. The word was chicken shit. And the Freys lose. Jaime takes charge of the siege from the Weasel Boys. He slaps a weasel to show dominance amongst the other weasels. Good thing he's been reading up on weasel behavior. He tells Bronn to set up a parlay with Blackfish.
A parley or a fight?
Oh, those goofy guys. We'll return to Bronn Over Brains in just a moment. On Bear Island, we meet the best noblewoman ever. Lyanna Mormont, tougher than Gior, tougher than Sir Friendzone. She devours Jon, obliterates Sansa.
And Lady Sandra is a Bolton. Who's she Lannister? I've heard conflicting reports.
Do you need some aloe vera? Cause that was a sick burn. Davos performs his function of putting things in perspective for people, like he did with Stannis at the Iron Bank of Braavos. Now that I think about it, the Iron Bank of Braavos really lost out on that bet. Maybe Lyanna should reject these assholes. Jaime parlays with the Blackfish. You wanna die, old man? Go ahead and siege us. We got time. We got tons of Doritos, lots of board games, Boggle, Monopoly, Mousetrap. You know, it's missing some pieces, but I feel like we can still have fun with it. Also, you have a small dick. Bye. Back on the Stark Apology Tour, the bus stops at Danny Glover's house. Danny Glover's getting too old for this shit, and gives a speech that brings our heroes to the low point before the climax. And back at the camp, the wildlings are having trouble with the Mormonts, everybody's frustrated, and Sansa is sad that she sucks at diplomacy, so she writes a letter to somebody. But who is it? It's Littlefinger. And of course she would. Littlefinger's like the game genie of Westeros. Oh man, this Ramsay game is way too hard. Put in the game genie. Enter in the code. Infinite Veil Troops. Hey, are you writing fiction and there's a semi-sporty tough lady character in there? Make her a cartoon lesbian. I'd make a joke about how fast it took them to get to Volantis and maybe show you a map or some shit, But you just have to let it go and just admit that every character has Skyrim fast travel. Yara cures Theon of his PTSD with alcohol. I'm pretty sure that's the exact wrong thing to do. All better. Ian McShane tells a story about his past, which is not going to matter in a few scenes. The Brotherhood without banners shows up and not so subtly threatens them for supplies. Hey, they'll kill you for your stuff. Yeah, whatever. Arya buys her way to Westeros. Oh, maybe we'll finally see her, kick some ass using her newfound ninja skills she's been using all season. Oh, no, Arya, don't talk to the weird lady. Oh, no. Didn't your weird cult teach you not to trust anybody with a face? Especially old people. Look how weird she looks. Oh, an open wound and poopy water? That's gonna get infected. But the people of Braavos are too into their farmer's market to help Arya out. Is she gonna die? I sure hope not. Maybe she should find that nice lady with the rum. And she can drink the booze and she can cure herself, like Theon does.
All better.
The Hound is cutting a stick, but he must have been cutting it really loudly because he didn't hear everyone being dead and dying and being killed. And he's mad. The end. I feel like the whole Ian McShane plot was a little rushed. It didn't really click with me. We need more time with him and the Hound, to really develop that relationship so the Hound can grow to trust him and it really looks like he's turning a new leaf. And then when the Ian McShane dies, it would have more of an impact. It was like the function of the guy was to just get the Hound back into the plot, and the Hound is really the same person afterwards. He's motivated by hate before, he's motivated by hate now, and now he can chop wood. Good. Oh well. Maybe this will help us get us closer to the Clegane Bowl. Get hype. It's a meme. One of the best speeches in the book is the Broken Man speech, which is what the episode is named after. And I was really looking forward to how they would adapt it, especially since they got Ian McShane, who has a velvety, beautiful voice. But no, he died. It was a cock tease, and I don't like when my cock is teased. Yeah. I'm having trouble articulating why I didn't like this episode. Maybe it was the obvious moving forward of the plots to the final episodes. The Jon and Sansa plot felt clumsy and obvious, except for that Lyanna Mormont scene, which was I know it's all in service to push the plot along to the final episodes, and we do have a lot of plots to resolve. You have Battle of the Bastards, Cersei's trial, whatever Arya's doing, everyone converging in the Riverlands, and Dany meets the Flintstones. That's a lot to set up. And realistically, if I was watching this in a binge setting, I wouldn't give this episode 2 thoughts. I'd just be like, oh, let's go on to the next one. I know right now I have the agony of waiting for the next episode, but I have to see the bigger picture here. Nah, fuck it, this episode was sloppy. See you next week.